today's Talk with Erika. I'm Erika Del Sordo, and I'm very happy you can join me today because I have the Executive Director of the Chamber of Commerce here in Lake City, Florida with me. Welcome.
Thanks for having me again.
I know, again, I'm so excited because there's so many different things that are happening with the Chamber and good things. You've recently become the Executive Director.
Right.
Last time, you can go sifting through all those videos and audio podcasts. I had Missy Hartley on with Joey O'Hearn last time, and that was about a year ago, I want to say.
I think so, yeah.
Missy is the Member Services Director, and we had a great conversation then, but so much has changed in 1 year. So let's talk about, first of all, we'd love to hear from you as well. So throughout the show, if you have any comments or anything, please feel free to leave comments on Spotify, Apple and Google Podcasts, and YouTube, any questions you might have for Joey or myself. So we've had a lot of new members.
It's been busy. So, we obviously measure growth by quarters, and quarter one of 2022 is the best quarter we've had as long as we've been tracking our numbers. So about 2019, we actually started tracking our numbers closely. We had 29 new members in the first quarter of the year.
And that's unheard of.
Very much so. Our usual record is 20 to 21 a quarter. So when we hit 29, we were elated. Yeah.
That's really awesome. That's wonderful. And how about people re-signing up for chamber memberships?
For sure. Obviously, COVID put a lot of pauses and challenges to people.
Right.
So people had to either drop their membership for 2021 and have come back, or kind of said, hey, we can't afford it right now. We're on a spending freeze, which we understand. We'll be back. So it's always nice when we have members who were members at one time, kind of fell off, disconnected for whatever reason, and are back.
Right. I love it. You guys offer so many different things for members. I'm an ambassador with the Chamber, and I'm a part of Leads Club. And that's just wonderful. Things that you can get involved in with your business and get more referrals, and just, your fellow Chamber members are usually your biggest business.
For sure. People always ask, why should I join the Chamber? And it seems like more now than ever there's a conversation among weird chamber nerds like myself. There are two reasons that people join the Chamber. It's either to get something from the Chamber or through the Chamber. People who join to get something from the Chamber, they're looking for connections, leads, networking opportunities, exposure to enhance the awareness of their business in their community. As a staff member, that's our job to make sure that they're maximizing their membership. Are they a part of Leads? Are they getting involved with councils or committees like ambassadors? Are they attending events? Are they sponsoring events? Are they cashing in on marketing opportunities? Is their information up to date so that they are getting leads, whether they walk in the door or they find them on our website? And then the other half of those members, they're wanting something through the Chamber. And those are the people that are investing in the Chamber because they see what the Chamber does, what all the Chamber produces, what it can do for the community, and that's how they want to be involved. We have a lot of members that we don't see as frequently as some of our other members, and that's because of their mentality is it's their job to be a part of the Chamber. They can usually afford it more than a new business, so they like to invest, and they know their money is going to the overall greater vision and purpose and program of the Chamber to hopefully, in the end, which I think what we're doing, is making it a great community for any business to thrive.
Absolutely. I would say so. And there's a new location coming soon. Talk to me about that. Where everyone's excited, I think.
For sure. So to give a little bit of history, the building we're in right now, it's a 100-year-old home. It was gifted to the Chamber, I believe, in the mid-90s, whenever the Chamber was downtown. And the city at the time of the Chamber did some switching of properties. We love this historic house. It's got a lot of great charm. But the good problem is ultimately we've outgrown it. You referenced Missy Hartley. Missy Hartley is our Member Services Director. Missy oversees a lot of the councils and committees and groups. We spend a lot of time on the road going to over 200 meetings of our own that are not in our office.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot of manpower, a lot of coordinating. We're very, very grateful that we have great members. A lot of them hotels, a lot of them big contractors, hospitals, etc., who have really accommodated us needing meeting spaces throughout the last few years. But we're excited that this new location that we have, it's on Highway 47. It's the old Dr. Morganelli office. He was a child's dentist for many, many years in the area. I like to tell people when we originally looked at the building, We opened the front door, and on the glass of the reception area, it was covered in stickers representing all the years he had been a chamber member.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so I kind of looked at the board, members who were with me looking at the building, and I said, I think this is a sign. So we've been very lucky to get that building. A lot of people have said, when are you moving? What's the plan? I say this with love. We're not moving again as long as I'm around, which means we want to make sure that this building is perfect. We went out to bid for contracting services. We have finally picked a contractor. It will be Leslie Reed of Reed McDaniel Construction. Yeah. I'm very excited to work with her. She and I met, I believe, a week ago, started drawing on the walls, writing what walls are coming out.
Wow.
People are saying, how long is it going to take? Well, to put it point blank, it was a dentist office. So there's going to have to be some reconfiguration. Mm-hmm. The good thing about that office compared to this office is this office, we have really maximized our space. A lot of people say, how is that possible? We love this place. But at the end of the day, it's an old historic home and it was meant to be a home. Prime example, we max out in parking at like 8 cars here. You know, being an chamber ambassador, chamber ambassadors alone are probably 15 to 18 cars. Mm-hmm. The new place will have parking for up to 30. We'll be able to have all of our meetings in there. Another issue,
wonderful,
right? Another issue we've ran into here is the office is maxed out. We cannot hire anybody at the moment because they would probably sit in a closet, much like our CPA does, and that's not a joke. Our CPA sits in a closet. So the new office will have an additional office space, which not only will we have an additional office space to hire somebody else, but also to increase services that we're not doing ourselves, like partnering with SBDC. So that person will always have a space. Because right now, we kind of rearrange our offices to accommodate those sort of vendors when they're in our office. So we're excited. It's going to be a process, but I tell people it's going to be perfect. We're not moving again as long as I'm around. They may move in 30, 40 years, long after I have retired and potentially died. But for the time being, the building is going to be everything we need. It'll address all of our needs now, and hopefully all of those needs that we don't even know are on the horizon.
Okay, well that explains it. That explained a whole lot. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. That'll be a great move. It really will. Yeah,
and obviously, if you're familiar with the area, Lake City is quickly growing. There are a lot of other things coming down the pipeline. It was important to us that we would still be near our members. So if you know where that office is, we're surrounded by the United Way, who's a member. Blood South Bloodmobile is our next door neighbor now, or they will be. They're also a member. There are many, many members around us. So we're still centrally located, but growing with the community. I think it's going to be a great move. We're going to be able to increase services, increase programs, increase our staff, and I think people will see the benefits that come from just a new location all around.
That's awesome. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. That's going to be so convenient to have one meeting spot for everyone and everything. Sure. That's really great things happening. Sure. I love it. That was a solid move.
Yeah. We're excited.
What is happening coming up? What can everyone expect? We have several events coming up.
For sure. So we're actually right now in the midst of our Celebration of Women series, if you're not aware of that.
That's right.
It's the second year of us doing it. A little bit of backstory on that. When I came to the chamber in early 2020, it was my goal and job to evaluate gaps in services across the chamber. And one of the gaps that was pretty glaring to me was there were very limited programs or initiatives or services for women in the chamber, specifically women. So we created what we call the Celebration of Women series. Last year was the inaugural year. It came back this year after getting feedback from the ladies who attended the first year. We've made some changes. We had our women's leadership panel breakfast last week. It was fantastic. We almost doubled in ticket sales compared to the year prior, which kind of has proven the point that the ladies are looking for something. I always joke that I'm honored to be the lone male in the room, and it was great even for me. Coming up, we have a women's lunch and learn with Glennie Bench. Glennie is the president and COO of Sunstop Stores. So if you're from the area or even not, you know that Sunstop is a big community partner, a staple of community, and Glennie being a woman in a male-dominated oil industry. I'm excited to hear what she's going to say. She's actually came up with her own special presentation called Leadership PRN. So I'm very excited. Again, I'll be the lone male in the room, and that's honor is not wasted on
You're
me.
used to that, though. Don't you have like 5 sisters?
I do have 3 sisters. I usually am the lone man. But other things just coming up. As always, the Chamber produces the Independence Day Festival and Fireworks. That will take place this year on 4th of July. We're kind of restructuring how that event will look. So we'll do a festival earlier part of the day in downtown Lake City. And then that night we'll launch fireworks in the fairgrounds like we have done for many years.
Yeah.
Kind of give people a break during the Florida heat. So come see the festival, go home, take a good nap, go back to the fireworks. After that, going into the latter part of the year, the Business Excellence Awards will come back again. Last year in 2021 was the first time they were back post-COVID. They were a great success. We usually do 5 categories. This year we're going to bump it up to 7.
I like that. That's
Yeah,
great.
so we'll announce those categories in the coming months. Those awards are voted on, nominated, and supported by members only. And then, of course, in the fall, we're bringing back the Gateway City Craft Beer and Wine Festival again. That's already on the books for October 22nd. And as crazy as it sounds, Erika knows because she helped and volunteered at that event. Beer Fest is a lot of fun, but it is
a lot of people.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of people. It's a monster of an event. Yeah. So when I tell people we're working on Beer Fest, they say it's only April, or that seems early.
Not early enough.
Yeah, it takes a lot of work. And the cool thing about Beer Fest, if I can go off on a sidebar, is we are very big on tracking our numbers. And last year, Beer Fest sold tickets to people from 11 different states, even as far as Denver. So to know that people are coming from Denver to our beer festival, that's a big win, not only just for the Chamber, but really for the local community to show off Lake City and Columbia County.
Right.
So we're excited. Somebody just asked me the other day, is it a busy time at the Chamber? And my response was, it's always a busy time at the Chamber. It's never relaxed. In fact, Missy and I joke from time to time, if it is relaxed and it is quiet, either we have forgotten everything or we're very prepared. And it's just a risk of what the answer is.
Yeah.
But it's always good. It's always busy. We're growing. We're expanding services. I'm excited because it feels like we're mostly back to normal like it used to be pre-COVID. That people are out and about, connecting, meeting new people, growing their business, and ultimately seeing the benefit of being a Chamber member.
Yep. I love that.
Yep.
So I was going to ask also, how do you want people to contact you guys? I know you haven't, you get inundated with calls, and do you want them to go to the website maybe, do contact forms, call the Chamber? How do you want folks to contact you?
It really is whatever works for you. One thing about Columbia County and Lake City is that it's very diverse in its business owners. So you have your Gen Z and your millennials who are starting their businesses. You have people who have been in business for 50, 60, 70 years. And I will say that about our staff. Our staff is great at adapting our services to meet the members' needs. If you want to join the Chamber, the most simple way to do it is online. If you go to our website, which is lakecitychamber.com, as soon as you go on the main webpage, it says join the Chamber. You click the button to fill out the application. Of course, if you have questions, you can call, you can stop by. We're here 9 to 4, Monday through Friday. You can always give us a call. I believe I said that. Shoot us an email. We're on every major social media platform. We respond quickly to those. Really, it's whatever meets the members' needs. So however it works for them, we're happy to adapt to it.
I like it. And any of those links, the Instagram, Facebook, the website, anything you need, if you need us to repeat it or anything, it's in the info sections. For the audio podcasts and in YouTube, just go to the info section. And of course, just leave a comment and ask us and we'll respond. Sure. What have we forgotten? Is there anything? I think we covered a lot.
We did cover a lot. I mean, obviously, we're always looking to grow our membership.
And then I turn the camera off and we go, we forgot to mention that. And everyone.
We're obviously always looking for new members. And one thing I will tell people that we're really great about is I don't want you to be a Chamber member just to say you're a Chamber member for you and just say that we got a Chamber member. There are many people who walk through our doors that we sit down and have long, in-depth conversations with that we say, you're not ready to be a Chamber member right now because what you're needing we can't provide, or what you think you're going to get from us we can't provide. And ultimately, we need this to be a very realistic relationship that you know what you're investing in and you know what you're getting back from us And vice versa. I jokingly tell people, and Erika could tell you this because she's into health and fitness, when people say, I joined the chamber and I got nothing from it. I mean, I have a gym membership and I've yet to lose weight because I don't go. So I can't be mad. I can't be mad at the gym. But I can tell you, the gym owner showed me every piece of equipment and told me what there was to do. So it's a two-way street.
Right.
We're very good about knowing our members, knowing their needs, and how to make sure they're getting every dollar back and more when it comes to their investment. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, we're a member organization. We're funded by our membership, and if they're not happy, and obviously we want to make them happy and make sure that they're getting a return on their investment tenfold.
And I have to say, you and Missy and Lourdes and everyone in here is very approachable.
Thank
if I
you.
have questions, Missy answers them. I've asked you questions. You're very, I don't know if that's small town or what it is, but you guys are very friendly with everybody. You answer questions and you're always there.
That's a goal of ours. I tell the staff that every chamber member should feel like they're the only chamber member. So that's an inside secret for you, Erika, and all of Erika's listeners. We go above and beyond to make sure that our members feel heard and seen at all times. And I've said that to the staff. We are a very large organization for our staff size and our county and city size, but we're not too large of an organization that our members don't know how to get a hold of us quickly.
Right.
And
Exactly.
and I've said that before. I don't ever want to get to that point. Though every every chamber member may not have direct access to me, they should always have direct access to a staff member or to a board member or to a chamber ambassador. Not that I'm sitting in some throne like the Wizard of Oz so people can't get a hold of me, but everybody should be able to access somebody to either meet that need, answer that question, or push it up the ladder to where that need does get met or that question is answered.
You guys are very hands-on too. Like at the beer fest, all of you, it is just you and Missy and Lourdes in here. You're all hands-on.
Yeah, I laugh when people say, who is your setup and breakdown team? And I'm like, it's us. That's who it is. And then our fantastic chamber ambassadors who we bribe with free tickets to things. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I humbly will say I've had the very weird experience of being a business owner who was a chamber member. I became a chamber ambassador. I became a subcontractor of the chamber. I became a staff member, and then I became the executive director. So I've seen it all. And I'm not ever going to ask anybody to do anything that I'm not willing to do.
Right.
Same thing with 4th of July. Listen, 4th of July is also a huge event. I have zero problem lugging in coolers or slinging drinks with anybody else, as long as the job gets done. And that's the other thing I think why our chamber members feel connected to the staff. And I don't have kids, and I say the members are my kids, is because we are connected to them. We see them at events. We're working with them at events. We get excited to see them. When they have a passing in their staff or their family, we feel that pain and try to do everything we can to help them through that time. It really is probably a benefit of still being a small town, even though Columbia County is growing exponentially.
It is.
But hopefully a benefit of us still being connected to our memberships will never change or disappear no matter how big we get.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. And you can feel that. And you do have fur kids with Lauren, don't you?
That is true. I do have a dog. So that's pretty much a kid. Same thing.
I love it.
Costs very closely to having a kid, I'm
And
sure.
some dogs get treated better than the kids.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you
sitting
for
with
having me. We're always excited when we get the opportunity to ramble and be chamber nerds about the things that we love and are passionate about.
And I love you to get the word out because the chamber has been really good to me. I've got a couple of
Thank you.
businesses within the chamber and they've been wonderful. So I'm happy
Thank
to do
you.
this with you and get the word out. And I'd love to hear from everybody. So remember, find those info sections. You can go to todaystalkwitherika.com. I'm on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts. You know how to find me. I'm all over.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joey.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Thank you for listening to Today's Talk with Erika. Join us next week for a brand new show. Please subscribe to all of Erika's audio and video platforms. And remember to visit todaystalkwitherika.com for all show content, blogs, social media channels, and more. Hey, thanks for listening and watching.